This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day one, or day two, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends, where we're going to take a deep dive into the lore of the Star Wars universe. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Holocron Histories. I am one of your hosts, Ben of Temeria, and normally I would be joined by my co-host, Austin, or known as Teacup, but he is out on vacation this week, so it's just me. But I am joined by here with one of my patrons, Darth Toasty, or known as Toasty. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. We're still definitely dark side, but I think given this past month's contributions to the Star Wars universe, we're repping the blue today.
Yes,
for our boy Obi-Wan.
Oh, such a good show. And that is our topic today. We are literally just going to be gushing about Obi-Wan Kenobi, about going over the entire series, and I will give fair warning to everybody who's listening. This is going to be heavy spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, first off, what are you doing? Go watch it. 2, if you don't want to listen to this and come back later after you watch the series, feel free to do so.
We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait. No.
Just hold the silence for like 10 minutes, and then you go. No.
No, we're going to talk about Obi-Wan. So I was thinking, for the first half of the show, we'll talk about episodes 1 through 3. And then second half of the show, we just go through 4 through 6.
Okay.
So, because, it was only 6 episodes. And it wasn't enough.
It wasn't.
It wasn't enough. It wasn't
enough.
Granted, like, the ending was perfect.
Yeah.
And we will go over that, but that ending was like spot on to where it's like, okay, this is where it should end.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people want a season 2. Honestly, I'm okay with no season 2. They do anything else with the series, with the Obi-Wan series.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like it just wouldn't be. It would just have to be its own separate storyline of stuff, because like he can't be involved with Luke and Leia anymore. He just can't.
Yeah,
can't do it,
because that would completely scrutinize the entire canon timeline with the original trilogy. I mean, if anything, if they want to do anything more with the characters, more than we could see Reva again, obviously, and then, or we could see.
I have theories about Reva, actually.
Ooh,
I have theories about Reva.
And then I could see them doing something with what's his name? He was in Eternals.
Kumail Nanjiani?
Yeah. I could see them maybe do something with this character, maybe.
I mean,
ish.
I'd be totally fine with it, because like that actor's fucking amazing. He's so good.
Yes.
So I'd be fine with him. I'd be fine with him becoming like legitimate
I didn't know he was in the show until I saw him.
Yeah, no one did.
It was like, wait, what?
The hell is that guy?
Like, why is he here? Of course, he's making wisecracks, and he's like comedy relief the entire time. But I am perfectly okay with that.
He does that a lot, though. Like, he do that.
If anybody watches Eternals, it is a long drag of a movie, but he is a perfect character in that film. His character is hilarious.
I think he was my third favorite Eternal. I think. That's my favorite. My favorite was the ASL girl. No, the one with super speed.
Yes.
And then my second...
The Marvel's Flash.
Yeah, and then my second was, like, the controlling mind dude. That dude was interesting. I thought he was just very different. Or no, wait. What am I talking about? I forgot about the dude who punches. Never mind. He was my second favorite. Never mind.
Anyway, back to the Obi-Wan. So, episode 1, like... that episode alone was...
It was... So... It wasn't... And like, this is definitely a thing where, like, each episode got better and better, I think. Definitely a good intro to the series, but not, like, the best episode.
No.
Sure.
But it was kind of heartbreaking seeing Obi-Wan the way he was. Especially, like, he had... And once you get to episode 2, you see his struggle. Like, he has strayed on, like, almost PTSD when it came, like, when he saw that clone. It shook me. I was like, oh my god. There's a clone, and Obi-Wan's just like, oh crap. What do I do?
I was like, really, I guess they didn't end up doing anything with it, but I was like, the first part I saw him and I was like, is that Rex? Is that what?
No. I mean, it couldn't be Rex because he would be on that, that barren planet with Wolf and Gregor and the Walker.
Okay.
At this point. Because Obi-Wan, for anybody listening, Obi-Wan actually takes place 5 years. Well, it's 10 years after Revenge, but it's 5 years before Rebels starts.
Okay.
So Star Wars Rebels starts plays 5 years afterwards, and that's where we see Captain Rex back in that show, and we see a bunch of like some return characters from the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan's actually in Rebels for one episode.
I know I've seen like those clips with because is that the Darth Maul scene?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and that's what a lot of people were. I know before the show premiered, a lot of people wanted to see Maul in the show, and I was like, no, don't, because that just
I saw a lot of videos that was like ruin that scene.
It would ruin it completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, those first 2 episodes is like we get a young Leia, which I was not expecting at all.
I don't think anyone was expecting that.
Like Luke, obviously, so we see him in the trailer, but like I was not expecting to see Leia and having
for her to be a focal point character in the series or the season.
And seeing her and like the actress they picked for her, that 10-year-old actress they got for her, was freaking spot on with Princess Leia. Oh my god. It was such a good actress.
This is the part where Toasty gets on the soapbox, because I'm about to go on the soapbox for a moment, all right? All right? No, love the actress. Think she was great. There's a lot of people that don't like her. There's a lot of people that don't like young Leia. And I have a problem with that, personally, because one of the biggest reasons for them not liking her is that she's annoying. I'm sorry, she's a 10-year-old. Children are fucking annoying. I'm so like, I haven't met very many children in my life,
let alone a 10-year-old who is
annoying.
A adopted daughter, an actual daughter of a diplomat, and Force sensitive on top of that.
Yeah,
her roasting her like so-called cousin was freaking hysterical. I was so like, great. Oh my god, this is great. And the way she pinpointed everything, is like, is she using the Force to like tap into his mind subconsciously? Like, just the way she's like streaking, like she's hitting him in all these different pressure points. why she's roasting.
I don't think it's I don't think it's the Force, because they show throughout the entire show, like through the entire show, just how like wicked smart she is, which makes sense. Like, with given who her parents are and then who her adopted parents are, like she's gonna be obviously highly educated. And then, you can attribute it to the Force sensitive abilities, like even if they're just a little bit highly intuitive, which is going to help with that kind of situation. But she does all the things that smart people do. Like, you notice she asks questions all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Smart kids do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's how they learn. They ask questions and they get the answers and they learn from it. And she's doing that at all times. And a lot of people thought it was annoying, but it was like, she's learning. Yeah, this is what's going to make her the Leia we see in the original trilogy. Like,
and she's 10. She's 10. Of course she's asking questions. I was asking questions at 10-year-old on a regular basis. That's what you do.
Questions.
You question everything in life.
Especially
let alone you're
kidnapped and you get rescued by some weird old dude that you've never seen before in your life.
Yeah. And I will say that chase scene was, obviously, we all know
chase scene was bad.
It was bad.
Was really bad.
But granted, like, with that chase scene, you have to consider, yes, those are grown men going after a 10-year-old. The 10-year-old, it will not run as fast as a 30, 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
So they kind of had to prolong it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they made it. It probably would have been better without the chase, or at least if they'd done the chase in a way that like made it look more believable. Because I could believe that she could outrun them for a little bit.
Right,
it's her forest. She's out there. I don't know. Every chance she gets, they establish that like right off the rip. So like they're not gonna know that landscape. She's gonna know it. Granted, again, they're older. They're eventually gonna outrun her. But like having that one lady just walk into the tree branch for no reason, that was really dumb. That was like, you could have her run into the tree branch. Just have her break it though, because she's probably big enough to break that tree branch.
Right.
It was just like, it was so bad of a representation of running into a tree branch.
Right. Though I will say, I love Leia's little new droid they added to the show. Lola was really good. That was a unique droid that we haven't seen before.
Interesting hook for the later episodes. That was cool.
And then what? I mean, that really goes into episode 2. I mean, Obi-Wan goes. He leaves Tatooine at the end of episode 1. Right?
He's leaving at the end of episode 1 because he's got.
That's the other thing. And
other weird thing. Why the hell
flaunts his lightsaber? He flaunts his saber to say, "Okay, we know you have your saber. Don't flaunt it, dude.
Yeah,
the Inquisitors are after you."
That was out for like a good 5 seconds. You know, like
it's
that.
Like, dude,
somebody sees that, you're going down. Like they were here a day and a half ago.
Before we get into episode 2, personally, I actually really enjoyed the live-action adaptation of the Grand Inquisitor and the Fifth Brother. The Fifth Brother was, like, spot on. Grand Inquisitor, I thought, was spot on, too. Yeah, I know a lot of people complained about how the Grand Inquisitor looks, but you have to... And this is all my opinion. You can take it as what it is, but it's hard when you go from CGI animation to live action. And again, a lot of people say, well, they have his species in Revenge of the Sith. And say, okay, that's true. But at a practical standpoint, the one in Revenge of the Sith was just stood there. The Grand Inquisitor is constantly in motion and waving his saber around. You can't have that pointed head and still be able to move at a practical rate what the show requires you to do.
Mm.
But other than that,
I didn't pick up on the fact that he was like a Palin. Until I saw it like on the internet, I was like, I mean, yeah, he does look different from how they did it in Revenge of the Sith, but I mean,
I mean, it's really all. As far as Disney's going with Star Wars, they're doing a lot more practical effects again, like what the originals were. And I mean, we're going to just get different stuff. Now, the Fifth Brother, I thought was spot on to what he was from the animation.
It's so weird seeing that actor though, like in that position. I was like, it threw me off so much. I was like, holy cow, it's that guy.
Right.
I don't even know his name.
Yeah, and I can't remember him off the top of my head.
I remember him from like all the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was like, hey, that's Han. My wife was blown away. I was like, hey, you know what actor that is? She was like, what? No. Showed her a picture. She was like, what?
What the hell?
You look real different, right? I haven't seen any because I guess they have like pre-established stuff, just from the sounds of it. For the Grand Inquisitor.
So yeah, he was in before. Yeah, he's in Star Wars Rebels. A lot of the characters we see in Obi-Wan Kenobi are in Rebels. So the Grand Inquisitor, the Fifth Brother, I think that's it. Just those two from Rebels. But I mean, they took a lot of, and some people pointed this out, they took a lot of inspiration from Rebels for the show. And once we get to the second half of the show, you'll see why. We see that in episode 6. They took a straight up scene from Rebels and had that same scene in episode 6, but tweaked. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't watched Rebels, so those references are
personally between Clone Wars and Rebels. I feel like Rebels is a little more well written.
They usually do better on the writing and the later stuff. I mean,
Rebels was all. I mean, both shows were done with Dave Filoni. I just feel like since it's all original stuff, nothing to do with Anakin or Obi-Wan or them trying to like jump through hoops or trying to figure stuff out with the films. With Rebels, it's all original stuff, so they could easily like write what they want and be done with it. Because, like, if you notice, and this is a little sidetrack here, in Star Wars The Clone Wars, Anakin never meets Grievous. You never see them together because of that one line Anakin says in Revenge of the Sith when he sees Grievous, "Oh, I thought you would be taller." And Dave Filoni, went out of his way to make sure Anakin and Grievous never saw each other in all 7 seasons.
Wow.
That's impressive writing.
Respect.
It's like, oh my god. Impressive. Just the little details that he does. But, with episode 2, we see Obi-Wan go to the planet where Leia's been taken. We see him giving death sticks to him. Fun fact, that is his daughter. Like Ewan McGregor's legitimate daughter, is the actress who gives him the death sticks in the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his actual daughter. And I was like, oh.
Awesome.
And she's like, why are you here? Oh, I'm looking for my daughter. Or looking, I think that's what he said. And he's like, oh. And she goes off saying, basically, oh, only if I had a family, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, then you find out, oh, that's his actual daughter. He's like, ooh.
I didn't know that. I can't remember his name though.
Oh yeah.
Not Johnny. I don't remember his character's name, but
yeah, I can't remember. We meet him trying to pretend as a Jedi, and it's like, yep, nope.
I was like, you could tell he was a con artist right off the jump. I don't think there was anybody that was convinced that he was an actual Jedi. He started talking, and I was like, he's such a con artist.
Especially asking for credits, like, oh, you need this in advance too, and I was like, what? No. We see Obi-Wan do hand-to-hand combat. Oh, after he goes through and walks through basically a Breaking Bad scene.
Oh yeah, the hand-to-hand combat was cool. I feel like that was like a thing that we don't see. I can't think of any time we've seen that. Not
in live action, we don't. It was really a little neat cool detail is when he hits the Zabrak, which is the one with the horns. He cuts his hand on the horn. I was like, oh, that's actually attention to detail for once. Holy God.
I was like, don't punch a Zabrak. Don't do it.
And then, then we see, Obi-Wan save Leia, which I was kind of expecting her to hit him at some point.
She did.
Did she hit him?
Whenever he opened the door, she clocked him right in the nads.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
She tried to get out. It was great. It was like, hey, look at this little annoying 10-year-old already had an escape plan and everything. She was ready to go. Granted, she wasn't going to get very far if it'd been the other people, but
oh no, oh God, no.
Whatever. Probably the most important detail. I mean, obviously the trust issues and stuff, but I think the most important detail of episode 2 is that he uses the Force.
Yes, and he struggles.
He's been he's been locked off for 10 years, right?
Yeah, he hasn't used the Force in a decade because of everything we see in episode 1 with him having those visions and the flashback dreams of Anakin turning and him thought he killed Anakin. It just haunted him. So he never used the Force.
See, the thing is I think that just is another point to prove how great of a Jedi he really is that he locked himself off from the Force because he knew the conflict that he had. Yeah. And that if he'd been attached to the Force, the urge to use the dark side would have come from
at some point.
Because, I mean, how much pain, probably anger he had to be feeling, grief. He's feeling every emotion they tell you not to fear to risk the dark side. Mm-hmm. And so he's just like, no Force. Because this will keep me from, turning dark. Oh, yeah. I feel like that was a conscious decision for that reason. Yeah, and then we also, during that same scene, we get that awkward shootout on the roofs, and find out Obi-Wan's not the best of shots, at least in that scene. He gets better shots later on, but I mean, he doesn't ever shoot a gun really, so it's you gotta learn how to do that stuff. Well, it's funny. Someone pointed out. I saw when this after this episode, he always says that guns are uncivilized. Yet he used a gun to kill Grievous. He uses a gun now in Kenobi, and then he actually used a gun in when he went undercover in the Clone Wars. It's like, dude, you can't say they're uncivilized if you keep using these. Hey, it's not his preferred, but he realizes whenever he has to use them, and so that's fair. That's true. But the end of that the end of that episode, we get the big reveal where Obi-Wan finds out Vader is alive. Right, and the death of the Grand Inquisitor. Yeah, death of the Grand Inquisitor, which, when I first saw that, I was like, okay, he can't die, because this is before Rebels. And see, I had I guess I'm glad that I don't have the Rebels stuff, because, that was more believable for me. Yeah, if you never watched Rebels, you would never known. But in Rebels, that's where we actually see his actual death. Is in Rebels. Okay. He goes out a lot cooler than what we see in what we would assumed in Obi-Wan. Oh, I get stabbed in the gut, and I was like, that's a terrible way to go. Rebels, he has a much better exit. But yeah, and then we get to episode 3, which is. They are on that transport going to that desert planet where Obi-Wan's constantly Qui-Gon, help me, Qui-Gon. Doesn't hear anything, which is foreshadowing. Yeah, it is. It is. That's sweet. It's they put out his name so much. Well, that's the one with the flowers, right? The flower planet. Yeah. Yeah, the one with all the flowers they're doing. He's obviously we meet Freck.
Yeah, which is an interesting looking alien.
Mr. Mole Man.
Mr. Mole Man.
Very interesting guy.
Where Leia asks more questions. Who's actually my father? Who's actually my mother? And it's like, you knew them, didn't you? And it's like, oh snap, she's getting close.
Yeah. And then, like, Obi-Wan's actually a decent liar.
Right. Obi-Wan sees a Force vision of Anakin.
Yeah, he's obviously still, like, struggling with that stuff. Is it a Force vision, or is it just PTSD? Like,
I mean, honestly, you could put it as both.
Or a combination of the both. Yeah,
I would say it'd be probably both.
Yeah,
and then what's after that? The Mole Man betrays them. We see a stormtrooper get literally cut in half on screen for once.
Yeah,
that was
cool.
That was probably the most shocking thing of the entire series. Is like, oh my god, I actually saw someone actually get cut in half for once on screen. Because everything is off. It's always off screen when you see that stuff.
Well, see, like, I don't.
Disney buys it.
I think in Star Wars it doesn't like
it doesn't
because they don't bleed because everything is like
it's all cauterized.
Yeah, everything gets cauterized, so it's like
there's no blood.
And stuff isn't as bad as like so. They definitely don't. Yeah, but I mean that was cool. That fight, and then we find out about essentially the Underground Railroad for Force sensitives.
Yeah, and have that name drop of Quinlan Vos, which I was not expecting to hear either.
I feel like they made a lot of references to like small little things here and there. That
they did a lot in this show, which I was very surprised to see. And then that's also. I think isn't that the same? That's the same episode we see Vader come through, isn't it?
Yeah. So the final part that
was terrifying.
Vader is so scary.
That's when you see, I do not want to mess with. I mean, so if anybody plays,
he has the best when they do like the intro where you're not expecting Vader. They always do so good with it. I mean, like. This brought me back to like the very end of Jedi Fallen Order, where like
that
he like randomly shows up and it's like she gets all scared and then you just hear the breathing and you're like, and that part with that where it's like you see all the Inquisitors at the end and you're like, okay, the Inquisitors got here, they're finding out on them, and then like Obi-Wan starts kind of like freaking out and it's like. Oh, this is more than that. And then you
not
just
only
hear
that, like Vader breathing. Just walking down that street and just dragging and breaking everybody's necks.
They showed a lot of graphic stuff in this. I mean, because and this is something that like someone pointed out. I remember watching a video where they were like super impressed by the effects that they used because they had him literally drag someone out of their house through the window into the air. And then, of course, he just like it shows you like he just snaps that person's neck without a doubt.
He also snapped the kid's neck without any hesitation or
yeah, that was a child.
There was also
not that
like
he's opposed to killing children, but
the first scene of episode 1 is straight up Order 66.
Oh, we forgot about that.
And I was like,
I forgot about that. They introed the show with Order 66.
And mind you, they show Order 66 multiple times in this show. And I was like, how many times do we have to see these younglings get slaughtered?
Yeah, it was
actually slaughtered this time. It's not like where we see it like off screen, where it's like Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? And then that's it. We actually see it.
Yeah, they show things in
like. I feel like this is at the point where I think Disney realized, and honestly, I think it's thanks to them adding the Netflix Marvel shows to Disney Plus, is that, okay, I think we can go a little bit more darker and mature with some of these tones. Mm-hmm. I mean, in Star Wars, I mean, yes, it's all for all ages, but all the hardcore fans are our age, 20 plus.
We're all adults now.
We're all adults. Like, I'm so yes, there are kids who like Star Wars, but majority of the hardcore fans are adults. We kind of want these tones.
The intimidating, like him standing in the that part where we just see the red lightsaber ignite. It's just, oh dear.
And
we get to see Obi-Wan finally ignite his lightsaber,
and he gets his ass whooped.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Obi-Wan's a great Jedi Master, but him being disconnected from the Force for so long, and him not practicing, yeah. No.
Very rusty. So, yeah, he gets messed up. He gets burned.
Oh my god, that was also
burned. That was gruesome.
That was the other, like, dark scene that Vader does. He literally tortures Obi-Wan. It's like, oh, this is, I am what you made me. Oh, let me show you the pain that I felt on Mustafar. Here you go.
Oh,
yeah.
Geez. Oh no.
They did a lot.
Okay, you're good. Okay.
What?
You were cutting out a little bit. And
oh,
I was
no.
Like, oh
no. Okay. But yeah, it was that episode was intense.
Oh yeah.
Mainly Vader, because Vader's great.
It was definitely a good midpoint, like, for the season of like, oh, things have gotten real.
Yeah. It's like, oh, things aren't here for playing. It's no playtime now. But I think this is where we should go to our mid-break. I mean, that was really the end of episode 3, really. Oh, we see Reva take Leia, which will go into episode 4.
Right.
And Obi-Wan be dragged after getting burnt. Yeah. Though, like, I know a lot of people did point this out. Why did they let Obi-Wan live? Why didn't they, like, try and take him? It's like, guys, A New Hope kind of has to happen. He can't die.
You can't actually kill
You can't kill him, and you can't kill Vader, so...
Yeah.
Kind of in the original films, you can't change that.
Conclude this story without, like, concluding the story.
Right.
So...
But, alright, let's drop into our mid-break.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Alright, now that we're in our mid-break, this is where I thank all my patrons, Toasty here, joining me today. We do have another patron, Genesis, who is part of the Two Girls, One Ship podcast. She was unable to make it today. Hope everything's well with that. But if you want to join us on next month's episode, we do have our Patreon at patreon.com/Holocron Histories, where you can join us on there, get ad-free episodes, and be able to join us here on the show like today. We don't have any new reviews on Apple Podcasts, but if you want to support the show as well, not through Patreon, but want to support us another way, you can always leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or give us a 5-star review on Spotify. That will help us grow as a podcast and help us get to more people in the Star Wars universe. So, I mean, pretty short mid-break for this week since don't have a lot going on. So, yeah. But, alright, let's get back into the second half of the show. I love that sound clip. Let's play some blaster noise with the Wilhelm scream. It's great. But, yeah, episode 4.
Is it cool if I read Jin's notes?
Oh, yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Kind of like gushing over our own stuff.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get it. So Genesis sent me her notes for the episode. I'm going to read exactly what she sent me.
Okay.
Which it's a random jumble. I'm going to be straight honest with you. So I'm going to move these over here just because I want to make sure to get into the microphone. So Jen sent me, I want to say sorry for not being able to make it. An emergency family health situation has come up and it is not a short-term fix. I'll be spending a majority of my time in the hospital for the next 2 months minimum. But before any of that started, I was taking notes, bullet points to talk about. So I kind of did my notes as a stream of consciousness while watching. You must you start with the younglings, rude and sad. That silhouette was perfect. The music feels right. There are those sounds that are so uniquely Star Wars that I picked them up. You guys were right. I am going to be crying this entire series. Close to the same age as my kid, teaching her to be inquisitive and to walk her own path of power. I have been avoiding all spoilers and was so shocked to see Kumail Nanjiani. He is one of my favorites, and I am so happy to see him. Fun fact, this isn't his first foray into space. He was a voice actor for Director Tan of Solarian in the Mass Effect Andromeda game, and is also a bit of a shady Sith head because of our censorships. Which you totally you said an F word earlier. I am so sorry. You can bleep that. Put force. I'm just going to pause right here. Force. Then just put that over it.
Okay.
That's too much. Geez. I love a redemption arc. Inquisiting people. This kid is amazing. I had an unhealthy obsession with Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen. This has triggered a flood of memories. The mole-looking dude Freck sounds like Big Bird. Wilhelm! I love her love of droids. Definitely takes after her father. Lightsaber battle must watch in detail.
Okay, that's awesome. Great.
Flood.
Genesis, I hope everything goes well and hope you can join us next month. We send all the love to you and your family.
So that was that.
But
I was like, I'm gonna read exactly these and provide no context whatsoever.
That's great. That's awesome.
On to episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4. Well, we see the Vader and Obi-Wan having that duality back to tank scene, which was cool. Though we didn't say at the end of episode 2 when Obi-Wan finds Anakin's alive, we see Anakin in that back to tank getting suited up, but then like him open his eyes like, oh crap.
Opens his eyes and like the way the breathing starts at that one point, like they did that whole thing like perfectly. That was so good. Oh, so intimidating.
But
Darth Vader is so scary. Like
he's terrifying.
He's always been really scary, but I don't think they've ever made him so like as scary as they did for this series. Because anytime he shows up, I feel it. Like I'm like, oh dear. And they made sure to show like just how dangerous
this show really captivated his terror. I mean, honestly, it gave me the same chills like playing Jedi Fallen Order at the very end of the game. You see Vader show up. And this is the one game you don't play as an overpowered character. You're just an average Jedi. You are going to die.
Under average Jedi, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
Cal Kestis isn't even
he's not even an average Jedi because
like, he's got interesting powers. That's the only thing that makes him really unique. Is like he force stasis and his
force stasis, and he can use
commentary or whatever.
He can sense force echoes in the objects. That's it.
It makes him like unique, but overall, the rest of his force abilities.
Yeah. As soon as Vader came in, people was like, "Oh, I'm going to fight him." It's like, no, I'm going to run the other way because I know this is not going to end well.
Yeah.
But oh god. But yeah, this is where Obi-Wan goes off and rescues Leia again. From the underwater Inquisitor headquarters that we actually do see in Fallen Order. So this is the same place. This is actually... Fallen Order actually takes place 5 years prior to Kenobi. Or no, 6 years. Because Fallen Order 2 is 5 years after the first one.
I feel like at this point, like they gotta move base.
Right.
Like, I mean,
well, the first one, like 6 years prior, they had some random Jedi who wasn't even really on their radar that much, except for trying to find a holocron. Breaks
Jedi
in
just showing
and
up,
gets out,
and like those tunnels just keep getting collapsed. I mean, granted, with Cal, it was all Darth Vader. Like, it was 100% him destroying everything. This one, Obi-Wan destroys the thing, and it's like, y'all got to consider, like, you know, going just above water, something.
Yeah,
like,
stop having submerged stuff, because
it's not
one leak. One leak just takes one leak.
You've had so many leaks, and many in different aspects of the word, both water leaks and intelligence leaks.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and we also see a Purge Trooper on live action, which is sick.
That was cool.
I like seeing the Purge Troopers, even though they didn't really do anything compared, like, in the game, to where they can, except for drowning.
It's still cool to see. We see, like, lightsaber action.
Like, we actually do see actual
genuine, like, because, like, the fight between Darth Vader and Obi, like the first fight, nothing. It was
100% one-sided to Darth.
Yeah. And Obi-Wan, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm obviously not the expert, but this is Obi-Wan's, like, bread and butter, right? Like, this is, like, the form that he uses for fighting is the one that was developed specifically for, like, defense against blaster bolts. So he's, like, in his fighting style.
He's in his, like, actual, like, lightsaber style, to where he's, like, deflecting blaster bolts left and right. When he does save Leia, he takes a different turn, to where he's using, like, kind of what we see in if you watch Mandalorian, where during the Ahsoka episode in season 2, where she's doing this hit and run tactics, like igniting her saber and then retracting it and going back and forth because of using the darkness.
I think so.
Obi-Wan does the same exact thing with the stormtroopers.
Yeah, with obviously there's, like, a tactical advantage in that, of course, like doing that. But with I think it's just them, like, bringing back the ideas of, like, the stuff they did in the original trilogy. It's like they did.
It's all guerrilla
cut
warfare.
The power to the light. Well, they also did the stuff of, like, cutting power to the lights, so you get to see only the lightsabers doing things. And everybody loves seeing a lightsaber ignite in a dark space. Oh,
yes.
We love it so much. Like, the moment the lights are cut out, we're like, oh, please.
That's why all the fight scenes you see with a lightsaber in this show is all dark.
Yeah. So it's so good. It's so good to see that lightsaber ignite.
Oh, yes.
And then, like, he starts getting into the groove, because you can tell he struggles a bit to take down the stormtroopers, because, like,
yes, it takes multiple hits to take one down.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I mean, they are using
the probably upgraded armor.
I mean, the stormtrooper armor have, like, they don't really have much resistance to lightsabers themselves, but then again, Kenobi hasn't been doing this for a decade.
Yeah, so
he's never fought a stormtrooper.
Yeah, he's definitely out of practice here. But, like, once he starts getting in his groove, like, deflected blaster bolts left and right, like, and then, you know, we see him use the Force to, like, hold back the water pressure of the ocean, I might add.
I mean, we see Vader do it, but, I mean, that's Vader.
That's Vader. Vader's always been, like, I mean, when we talk about episode 5 with Vader's Force ability, we'll get to that, of course. But,
oh my God,
like, we know Vader's got extreme force ability. Obi-Wan, like, he's strong, but he's never been that strong in, like, the Force. I mean, he's a guardian. Like, he's better with a lightsaber.
Right.
But, like, to hold back that much pressure and then redirect the pressure to a new location,
and still be able to, I mean, people were like, well, how did he outrun it? And it's like, well, guys, he he's a Jedi. He can use the Force to help him run. That's a thing.
Yeah. It's also prediction,
still,
like where he was able to run before it broke. Like he was able to like start running. But I mean, some of those things, like whatever, minor details. People, come on, just appreciate like how epic this was overall.
Right. And then you get to see them like try to sneak out with Leia under a cloak. And they straight up past the Inquisitors. That was really like dumb. I was like, wait a minute, what? Did I notice that?
There was a lot of situations in this, and obviously I'm not an expert, like I said, but like there's a lot of situations I feel like in this where like if people had been like using the Force, like a lot of the shenanigans that people pulled would not have come away. Like it's like, like if we'd been using the Force, we would have realized that like this dude's right here, like this or whatever. But you know, it's fine. They start getting caught before they're able to like fully get out, and then we see the like I don't remember the name of the ships, but the Hoth speeders come in.
They're air speeders. I can't remember the exact name of the model of the airspeeder they're using.
But I mean, to be fair, out of all the ships I was expecting to see, I don't think I was expecting to see those.
Oh God, no!
That was cool.
I was like, okay, that's a little like throwback.
That was neat. They came in. Riva, a little bit of a force ability there. She just seemed pretty strong to huck that thing. And
she chucked a freaking fuel canister, and just killed the other one of the pilots that didn't have them on it.
Yeah, it was just like, but like it was so, you know, we get to see that she's like a bit stronger than she's come off to be so far.
True.
And then episode 5.
Yeah, 5 is where things get even more intense. So you know, Kenobi gets back to the shelter to where all the people are at, where trying to get off planet to escape from the Empire. Well, find out Riva bugged Lola and, you know, overrided the controls to get out of the entire bay.
Another cool detail is that he almost killed Riva. Like when he came in that room at the end of episode 4, he was full on with the intent to kill, because someone has, and obviously this could be interpreted as whatever way you want, but I've seen a really good video talking about how, so like when Anakin starts using the Force choke ability, like with the first time he really does it, he does it on Padme, right?
Right.
And like he doesn't realize how strong his Force abilities are. So like he does it, and because of Palpatine's manipulations, he becomes convinced that he's the one that killed Padme. Like he thinks he killed her in that moment. And so they show like the other details of like the way he uses Force choke in the original trilogy is that he's often using like 2 fingers and his thumb rather than his whole hand.
Because if he if he used his whole hand, he would snap.
He would think that he would kill them.
And you do see that back in episode 3 when he is like force choking and snapping people left and right. He's not doing it with 2. He's using his whole.
Using his whole
hand.
But he came in this room whole hand on Riva.
Oh,
he was fully in the intent to kill her right there, because like I looked directly at his hand. I was looking for that detail because I had like just seen the video, and I was like,
I mean, when he's trying to save this girl, and she's like, everybody thinks Luke is the new Hope. It's Leia who's the new Hope.
Mm-hmm.
She's the hope of the galaxy, because Luke is there, but he's there to basically take down Vader in the end. It's Leia who is picking up the entire galaxy.
Yeah, Leia's providing balance for the galaxy, while Luke is just balancing
the Force itself.
Force. Yeah. So,
but yeah, that like we find out in that episode, you know, Riva didn't become an Inquisitor just to become an Inquisitor. She became an Inquisitor to specifically kill Vader. Because,
so
fun fact, she was a youngling who got stabbed right in the gut and somehow lived.
I don't think she got... Did it show that she got stabbed?
Yeah, she got punctured right on her left side.
Okay. It's like, if you miss vital organs...
I mean, yeah, if you miss vital organs, and plus everything with a lightsaber... You're not going to
bleed out.
Yeah, with the lightsaber, it cauterizes, so you're not going to bleed out or anything. But the wound is still there. But you find out, like, her whole intent was to kill Vader to avenge her other younglings that she were with training with back in the Jedi Temple. So we see another flash scene of Order 66 and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah, more Order 66, and then, of course, that reveal, and like she reveals that, and then she just cuts open the blast doors that they're sealed behind,
right?
And then we get to see that they kept, so they didn't make it very obvious, but like if you know, if you notice, stormtroopers not hitting a lot of people. Just to have a whole entire firing squad of stormtroopers, so, not landing a lot of shots, even in point blank range.
Well, so I know a lot of people give everybody, it's like, well, the stormtroopers are ordered not to do that. No, the stormtroopers, like, yeah, they're trained soldiers, but they're not clones. They're not bred. They're like literally just taken off the street, or people were like how our military is set up. People just volunteering. 9 times out of 10, these people are joining the Empire just so they have a job and survive.
You have security.
So, yeah, it's just security and just make sure they don't die from the Empire.
From the meta perspective of, like, Disney has fully acknowledged that it is a meme. And they plan to continue the meme because of the scene in The Mandalorian with the scout troopers trying to shoot the can, and one literally walks up to it and misses. They did a scene for it. They are not changing the fact that stormtroopers can't aim. And so, I am okay
funny
with
enough, it's funny enough. So in Star Wars Rebels, this is kind of played off more, and I think it was like season 2 of Star Wars Rebels, with Rex and Kanan, another Jedi, go off and trying to rescue Ezra, another Jedi, on an Imperial Star Destroyer. Rex and Kanan are disguised as stormtroopers. Rex, when they are confronted and are
see where you're going with this.
Shooting, have a shootout, Rex is firing at other stormtroopers and can't hit anything. And he's like, God darn it! He takes the helmet. It's like, I can't see anything. Chucks the helmet and starts shooting, and it's like hitting every single target. It's literally the helmets are apparently very terrible to aim.
Yeah,
it's like, oh. That's great. It's like, this is not clone armor. It's like, this stuff's crap. Something we didn't talk about in episode 5. The freaking Obi-Wan and Padawan Anakin flashbacks with the prequels. Having that correlate with current events going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Just seeing them in their prequel outfits and styles.
It's not even like just prequel. That was Attack of the Clones.
That
outfits.
Was that was
short hair Anakin.
That was before
braid. I was like, holy cow!
Timeline wise, that is before Attack of the Clones, because Anakin is knighted after the events of Attack of the Clones. Because he's still a Padawan, because he had his Padawan braid.
Yeah.
So it's before, like during or right before Attack of the Clones starts. And just seeing that, and like their looks are identical to that film.
Yeah,
oh my god!
It was like
Obi-Wan having that hairdo again.
They did it just like the only thing discerning Hayden Christensen from like back then to now is just like the fact that like you can see that he's older, and that was it. That was the only thing that was different about his appearance. Like the hair was absolutely perfectly right, and I was like,
it's just like, yeah, you can tell in his face he's obviously 50 15 years older than he was.
Yeah, like he's old, but it's like it was so good.
20 years. Sorry, 20 years older.
Because they came out.
Attack on the Clones came out 20 years ago.
Yeah,
God,
so,
that's old.
Crazy.
Yeah. But
like that,
seeing that correlation with current events, with Vader then coming down onto the planet, and just we see this in multiple films of the Star Wars universe where a Force user is trying to take a ship out of the sky.
TikTok video about that today, showing all the examples.
He has zero efforts and just yanks this thing, no effort at all, and just freaking get over here and pulls it to the ground and just rips it apart like nothing. Apart with the Force. No sweat. I was like, crazy. What the hell? And then we see it was a decoy, but just like him alone, like just dragging that. And I mean, I've had people ask, it's like, well, why didn't you do that to the Millennium Falcon? And I was like, well, one, he wanted the Falcon to go because he had Boba Fett track it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point. Like, he had no intention to catch the Millennium Falcon at Empire. But like, knowing that
he's also
in this episode he could just do it whenever and have that strength in the Force, it's like, oh.
This is another thing where it's like, if you think about it in the situation, like obviously the lessons that we're getting out of this series don't apply to like the original trilogy because of course it came out so long ago. But if you let them and like think about the stuff that's happening here and considering it as if it happened before, because they did a damn good job of the writing.
They did
to make it seem.
Like, I saw a TikTok video today about how we see when Luke comes in and it's like, hey, I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm here to rescue, to Leia, and he's like, who? It's like, oh, I have Ben Kenobi, and she freaks out and is like, Ben Kenobi, where? Now, like, watching this show and seeing that again in a New Hope, and I was like, oh my god, I understand why she's so excited to see him and why she specifically asked for him. It's like, it's like them connecting the dots over the little things and connecting it as a whole is perfect. Like, they are doing the writing so well now.
I mean, and so if you like let the lessons that Anakin / Darth Vader is learning in this series, because like he is learning lessons just as much as Obi-Wan is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you think that he's not evolving from this, like, because he obviously is. So if you come to that question of like, why doesn't he do that with the Millennium Falcon? Because during this episode, they're both kind of reliving that scene that the flashback that they're showing us of like,
yep,
Anakin being blinded by his victory and therefore losing because of it. He becomes blinded by the fact that he has the ship, that he grabs it, yanks it out of the air and tears it apart. He becomes blinded to the fact that
he grabbed the wrong ship.
Yeah, and he gets away. He became so focused on the victory that he had that he lost it. So it's like, if you allow that to affect like his point of view in like, he's learned the patience that he needed to learn in order to become
that comes across that comes back to what the Grand Inquisitor said in the very first episode when he's hunting that Jedi in that open cantina. What does it take to hunt a Jedi? Patience.
They hunt themselves. Like, yeah. And he like, by the original trilogy, Darth Vader has learned that lesson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to. Like,
he knows eventually Obi-Wan will come to him and he will take that shot when it gets there.
Yeah. So see that the other tragic, because I don't remember her name, but I thought she was a cool character. The
Tyla, I think is her name in the
Tyla, yeah,
or something like that in the show.
Imperial officer that was
double agent, like a double part agent of the rebellion Underground Railroad thing.
Which we see, she self-sacrifices with the.
I was like, oh no, thermal detonator, crap. We know what happens next.
Well, see, we knew what was going to happen.
Well, true, beforehand.
Because they showed a very clear picture of that control panel. And we know what happens with control panels in Star Wars. If there's an open door... Well, no, you see the one by the door. And it's like, okay, there's an open door. There's a control panel. What's going to happen? She's going to shoot it. The door's going to close because that's how Star Wars logic works.
Yep.
And so it was like, oh, she's just waiting for him to get out of the way because she's going to shoot that. Because they did. The shot that they did had a very nice view of that control panel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh yeah, she's going to blow up. She's going to shoot the control panel, close the door, and then blow them up. Makes sense. Makes sense. And thermal detonators are like miniature nukes. They're not grenades. Like,
no, they're so there is frag grenades in Star Wars. Thermal detonators are basically napalm. It's like grenades with napalm on steroids.
Yeah, like they don't go off like a regular grenade. They go off like a miniature nuclear thing, like a room-sized nuclear blast. So
yeah, they all got vaporized.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then, the end of the episode 5, we get the Reva versus Darth Vader fight with Vader having zero effort and blocking. Mind you, he's dodging and using the Force to literally just parry everything, and then eventually grabs her sabers. And this was what I thought was really cool. He split her sabers in half and used the same stance he taught Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. Because it's the same fighting stance that Ahsoka uses. I
realized that.
Which was really cool. It's like, no way! And then, stabs her right through the same spot he stabbed her during Order 66. And it's like, yeah, I knew all along, youngling, sorry! And then, Grand Inquisitor is like, haha, I'm not dead.
Yeah, come back.
Which, still honestly, personally...
Don't stab people in the gut with lightsabers. Apparently it doesn't work. It's not effective.
With Grand Inquisitor, his species, Apallans, have 2 stomachs. He can live without one.
That's fair.
Granted, like we've been saying all episode, lightsabers cauterize it, so it's not like he's going to bleed out or anything from it anyway.
Yeah, but you still need your stomach.
Still need your stomach, yes. Compared to, a lot of people is like, well...
There's a lot of things. Like it doesn't cauterize all your stomach acid. It's still going to spill out the gap. You need to...
And a lot of people is like, well, why did Qui-Gon die getting stabbed in the stomach? It's like, well, he got stabbed straight through the gut. Reva got stabbed... Human. He's also human. Reva got stabbed on her... end of her left side of her... So, it missed majority of her vital organs.
Yeah.
So, there's multiple reasons for this.
Yeah, you can't... It's hard to explain with, alien species.
Personally, though, I wanted the Grand Inquisitor to end Reva at that spot and have a perfect, moment where, haha, you nice try, stab, you're dead. But it didn't.
Obviously, you haven't reached her arc yet.
Apparently not.
So,
and then it goes to episode 6 after them being chased, and it goes getting chased by a Star Destroyer by Vader.
They don't have a hyperdrive.
Their hyperdrive's down, so they can't get to hyperspace. So
very reminiscent of kind of the beginning of New Hope, where they're trying to flee from the ship and getting blasted. They made that was something else. They made the Star Destroyer, because that was I think that was the first really good look we saw of a Star Destroyer in the entire show.
In the show, yeah.
It looked like they plucked it directly out of the original trilogy. Honestly. They looked it looked like the exact same with I did appreciate that effect. I was like, wow, that looks so good.
And then we get Obi-Wan, obviously, being the noble Jedi he is, goes and takes a dropship.
He's sacrificing, but he's also finally facing him.
Yeah,
he's finally
he has the full intent to
Darth Vader,
face Vader, to face Anakin, and to move on with his life, even if he dies. Like, one of us will die. Him talking to Qui-Gon, him thinking he's talking to Qui-Gon, and having that realization is like, I need to get over this. I need to move forward. Mm-hmm. And of course, Vader falls for it, and because he's completely obsessed with his old master, goes and follows Kenobi after the Grand Inquisitor. He's like, no, we need to go after this rebel cell. What are you doing? And completely ignores that.
Yeah, he was blinded. He was blinded by his hate. Which, I mean, we hear about that all the time. Which, I'm just going to get this out of the way. Reva's part of the thing. Really, I do really like it. Putting Owen and Beru in the spotlight, that was cool. That was really cool. But basically,
and having
she goes,
Beru be so much better than Owen. she
was sick, dude.
She had weapons so cool. Like straight up stored. It's like, wait, what did he? Like, Owen's like shocked that they had weapons. It's like, dude, you live in Tatooine. Have at least one rifle for. Come on, dude.
It was so cool. It was so cool, like giving them a bit of the spotlight. But yeah, Reva, she comes to Tatooine. She's going after Luke. She wants to kill the child of Darth Vader because that's her revenge, because she finds out about Luke at the end of episode 5. And we get this whole part where, she's going after him. Owen and Beru are defending. They've like definitely taken a very like tactical approach, trying to defend against her. Owen holds his own for a while there.
He does.
That was impressive.
From a guy who is an adopted brother, basically, of Anakin Skywalker, who knows the Jedi, and we're told about them because Anakin was a Jedi. I'm sure he had tactics under his belt when it comes to like, if anybody came around. But I mean, obviously, eventually he wouldn't be able to
plan for a Jedi and to actually be able to hold your own against a Force wielder with a lightsaber.
Right.
Those are two different things, and like he does.
But then again, I mean, it also comes down to Reva was heavily injured from Vader
she was,
prior,
and that's
so
why
like
he was able
you
to,
see,
for
like
sure.
was it Owen or Beru that just straight up punched her in the side? And
it was
like,
Owen.
Owen straight up punched her in the side,
right
in the same spot Vader stabbed her.
Because he saw it and he was like, this is like an opportunity.
This is an opening. Punches
Which another small attention to detail that I like. The amount of like work they put into this is that like Owen gets his leg injured in this fight.
Yes.
And that is why he has that during the original trilogy. And it was like, that's such good writing to just like have that, like, we're going to explain this one little detail
that you don't need to know about, but we're going to do it.
And you think like maybe like, whatever, he got hurt with machinery or something. Like you could come up with 1,000 reasons why. And they were like, no, we're going to give you an awesome reason why.
He got injured from defending Luke from an Inquisitor and surviving it.
Yeah. So, but, of course, she gets her, like, moment where she's, like, trying to kill Luke, and she sees, like, the face of, like, one of the other younglings or herself. I can't.
It was herself.
That scene was so dark, I could barely see anything.
Yeah, that was my only issue with that specific side of the episode. Is
so
like
dark.
It was a super dark scene. I was like, I get that they're filming this at night, but come on, guys! Like
they need to up the lighting.
Up the lighting just a smidge to like you did in like Mandalorian had probably the best lighting. Even in the dark scenes, it had really good lighting. But like, come on.
Yeah. So. But, she doesn't end up killing him because she can't bring herself to do it. And that's her redemption arc. Which is cool. It was cool. It wasn't
who knows what happens now with Reva, because she does live.
Yeah, so, and I'll get to my theory on that after we talk about the fight. Between
that fight.
Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
That fight.
They started it
epic.
Dirty. They started
it just like Revenge of the Sith.
They said,
I will do must.
I was off my couch. I was off my couch. And then he poses. He did the General Grievous stance. And I was like, this is not fair. And then Apparently, this was something that like Darth Vader said against Ahsoka something or whatever. But it was like I also thought it was just kind of a little bit of like a twist on like Revenge of the Sith as well, because he says, "I will do what I must," and instead of saying "you will try," he says "you will die."
Yeah,
but
he does say that. So in end of season 2 of Rebels, Ahsoka and Vader have a fight. And this is where you're going to see, you'll see a lot of dualities between those two fights in this episode. One of them being like the line he says to Obi-Wan is like, "Then you will die." Meaning like, I don't care who you are anymore. I'm going to kill you. Regardless if you're my master or my old Padawan.
Yeah.
But that fight, like you see Obi-Wan get back into like him slowly getting back in the groove of things, getting parrying, blocking, attacking. The choreography was
so
great.
Much time in that choreography,
and just seeing Vader move as much as he was like
that was the most. Vader usually just walks and slashes, and like, now
this
he's
is the time where you physically see Vader legitimately fight.
We know that they had to do that because Hayden Christensen. He's such a good lightsaber choreographer. Like you see often he practices doing these scenes
with the Vader stuff specifically. They have an actual expert on Vader from like I forget what films. I don't know if it was the original trilogy or what. But when Anakin becomes Vader, majority of his body is replaced with robotics, and both his legs are straight up.
Both his legs and his other arm. And
he had to change the way he fought. Compared to like, so when you see Vader fight like this in episode 6, compare when you see Anakin fight in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, it's clearly different to where Vader has to move a lot different. Like he doesn't have he has a limited range of the way he has to fight.
Because that's like, and obviously we know that like it's not 100% because like Luke can still channel the Force through like his replaced hand. Like we see.
And you can still use the Force in robotic hands.
But it's like you can't.
But range of movement.
Yeah. You also can't like supplement it because we know that like in the prequels, like they're using the Force to like enhance their abilities at like nearly all times. Like that's why there's like the super mobility and the speed and agility is like they're also imbuing those parts of their bodies with the Force to like give it.
It's kind of hard to do that when you have 2 robotic legs.
Yeah, like you're limited.
You can only move so much.
But it was still the most mobile we've ever seen Darth Vader be, and that was insane.
It was insane. And I mean, he does get the upper hand on Obi-Wan.
But this is arguably the toughest opponent he's faced.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, without a doubt.
He's like, Luke was just as strong as Luke becomes, he was just a little baby. He was just a little baby when he fought him. Like, Darth Vader didn't
So with Vader, I would say this is so far that we've seen in the canon. This is Vader's probably his most difficult fight. His second most difficult fight was with Ahsoka at the end of Rebel Season 2. Because he got heavily damaged through that as well. But more so in this episode. Like, so, Vader gets the upper hand, thinks he wins, he gets the high ground, which I thought was hilarious.
I thought that was great.
And buries Kenobi.
Can we talk about that pillar, though? That first pillar that Obi-Wan tries to use?
Yeah. You gotten stronger. It's like,
it's like your strength has returned, but the weakness blasts it into oblivion. And I was like, oh no, don't start the Force battle with Vader. This isn't good.
It's like, oh, you're getting back to where you were. Yeah, I was like, Vader's not gonna
crush you with the Force. And you know what he does? He tries to.
He tries to crush him, and then Obi-Wan finally releases himself from everything and like lets himself
channels those good emotions.
Channels the Force like he used to, and starts wrecking him. Him literally, you think you can blast a pillar? Here, let me summon hundreds of rocks, and just starts pelting him left and right.
The choreography for the first part of the fight really good, right? Really good.
Yes.
I also appreciate like the nod to basically Jedi Fallen Order, I assume, with the 2 rolls. I was like, oh, look, he's rolling. He's Cal. But then you get into the second part, and he is flowing through all of it. He does the backhand pass to his other hand, and then like when Vader stops it with the one hand, he does like flows the spin behind his back to bring it back into. And I was like, oh man, that's ridiculous.
It was insane.
And then Earthbender Obi-Wan, which
here's you thought you breaking a
for anyone
a
who's
pillar.
watched
Here you go.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, like this gave me those vibes the moment he landed on this planet, because the final battle for Avatar: The Last Airbender, like him Aang versus Ozai, is in
it's in that like rocky
with
like
giant rocky pillars that look basically exactly like this place. And I was like, okay. And then he just starts pelting him with rocks. I was like, hey, channel a little Avatar: Last Airbender there. I appreciate it. I respect it. Great
and
show.
Just Obi-Wan slashing all his mechanics. Like
that's smart though.
It was
He's
smart.
not even slashing it. He's bashing it with the pommel of his lightsaber.
Yeah.
He doesn't cut it with the blade. He's like, bam, bam, bam. Like he's just jamming his lightsaber.
I am done with
pommel.
this guy.
And I was
then
like,
slashes his helmet split open. Now that's the scene where I was getting to at the beginning of the episode. Like, it's a mirror to the episode where Ahsoka fights Vader in season 2 of
so
Rebels.
I've seen that scene, and I do remember that she cuts open his helmet too in that part.
And you see Anakin and Vader. What was really cool, and I never noticed this, and so I saw someone pointed it out today. Ahsoka opened up the right side of his helmet. Obi-Wan opened up his left side. Luke opened up the full mask to bring back Anakin.
That's cool.
And I was like, oh, that's cool to see. Just like that metaphor and mirroring of everything. But just hearing Hayden's and then James Earl Jones voices.
We didn't even talk about that.
Together.
They got James Earl Jones back for Darth Vader.
Like, the guy's 91.
Yeah, they got him. I was
He's
so
91.
like, because I heard his voice.
He did everything. He did all his home. I read an article. He did all his recording at home because he doesn't go anywhere anymore these days. But he did all the recording at home, and I was like, oh my god, they got him back.
We didn't even talk about the moment like he walks in and we hear the voice, and I'm like, that's fucking that. Damn it. Sorry, that's forcing Darth Vader.
Number 2. It's so good. But we see
that was like that's Darth Vader.
The other thing too, another cool reprisal is John Williams. He did the entire soundtrack for the show. And if anybody knows John Williams is the original composer of all the music for Star Wars.
Oh yeah, for sure. They pulled out all the stops for this, and honestly,
this show literally hit
the respect. And we haven't even gotten to all of the good parts yet. We haven't even got to them yet. But yeah, but like let the floodgates open, because this was one of the most emotional scenes in the entire show.
Oh yeah.
Or like, it was probably the second most emotional for me, with the second being the very last scene of the show.
Yeah.
With the first one being that. But the pain in Ewan McGregor's voice for
just seeing his face and hearing him is like, and seeing Anakin's face in Vader's mask and hearing
with
both voices, the voice changing back and forth because his modulator is broken.
And then the breathing, it's like half Darth Vader and just half like wheezing because like he's messed up all the mechanics. He's broken open the mask. He can't even breathe properly at this point. Oh.
It was painful to watch.
It was really painful. But then they basically Anakin or Darth Vader tells him like, it was such a strong line for him to say it the way he said it, of like, I am not your failure. And it was like, and to come back, I mean, obviously go back to Revenge of the Sith, where he's like, where Obi-Wan's screaming down at Anakin, like, I have failed you. Mm-hmm. To then this part where he's saying, I am not your failure because you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
And just hearing, and the cool thing about that, like with that line, he does that same line with Ahsoka in Rebels, to where it's like, Anakin Skywalker is dead. I killed him, and the Ahsoka going off is like, well, then I guess I have to take revenge. He's like, well, revenge is not the Jedi way, and that's where we get Ahsoka saying, like, I'm not a Jedi, because she's not technically.
There's just those little flashes I feel like you see of Anakin still in there, like the Anakin that cares for these people. Like, him telling Ahsoka, like, revenge isn't the Jedi way, because, and I guess she's not but he doesn't, like, part of him is there not wanting her to turn to the dark side because he doesn't want that for her. And then for Obi-Wan, he wants Obi-Wan to move on. And so he tells him, like, the thing he needs to know, because Obi-Wan's caught up on thinking that, like, he failed.
He says these things and doesn't realize, obviously, he says these things and it slips out of him. Like, the light of himself, of Anakin, slips out from Vader from time to time. And obviously, Vader's being in control, but this is where, like, he's primarily Vader, but this is where we get to the original trilogy, where
the duality of the two natures go together, along with, and they represent that with the duality of the voices in this scene. Mm-hmm. So,
God, that scene was so good. I was surprised they did that scene, but oh my, I'm so glad they did. And then we see
they make the edit that they need to make to, like, line it back up with the trilogy, because Obi-Wan doesn't call him Anakin, he calls him Darth.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, fine, like, my friend is truly dead. Goodbye, Darth. Mm-hmm. Where he, like, gives him the new name. And so, like, again,
and then just leaves. And then Vader literally basically stumbling, trying to get up because he was beaten so bad. He's like, yeah, you thought you had your one up on your master.
Well, it's
master.
Like that,
you don't.
But, like, his suit's so compromised too. Like, he doesn't have a whole lot. Like, the suit's keeping him alive. The suit, like, the mechanism that allows you to breathe got busted up real bad. The mask is half off, so, like, you're having trouble breathing there. Like, you got pummeled by, like, I don't know, 50 rocks. So, right. Like, you're probably bruised pretty badly, regardless how strong your armor is. But, like,
yeah.
And then, oh no, ban it, Ben, ban it.
Yeah, no promo codes.
But, and then, of course, Obi-Wan goes back to Tatooine. He basically, like, gives Arriva the talk, and she, lives to another day to see what they do with her from now. We're not sure.
I mean, yeah. And this is where, if they ever want to do another season, honestly, instead of doing another season, obviously for Obi-Wan, they'll just do a spin-off show with her.
Do you think we will see her in Jedi Survivor? Because that's my theory. Because we know that they're making nods. We know that Cal Kestis exists in this line. Because they showed BD-1 and Boba Fett.
So, it's a BD droid. It's not, I don't think it's BD. It might be BD-1.
It's painted just like BD-1.
True. But, so Jedi Survivor takes place at it's during the same time as Obi-Wan Kenobi is going on. As far as we know. It's in the same year. At least it starts in the same year. So,
Maybe it starts later in the year, and she
possibly.
I don't know if she'll be a big role, something. But, like, we know
have her taught in
a big part of it. So,
Fallen Order, we see Saw Gerrera come back.
They do, yeah.
And he was in Clone Wars and Rogue One.
Yeah.
So I can see them doing something like that.
And of course, in Mandalorian, they did the whole thing with all of the Night Watch, Night Watch,
Death Watch.
Oh no, Death Watch. There you go.
And then they brought back the Naboo fighter and Book of Boba Fett.
Like they've been referencing these things in different
they're tying everything together, and this is what I'm really excited for Lucasfilm going forward. And Kathleen Kennedy came out and said this, like, going forward, they're not going to focus on movie trilogies. They're going to focus on complex storytelling. So going forward, when they do, like, they'll come out with a Star Wars film, but it's just going to be like standalone films. They're not going to do trilogies over a course of 4 years or something like that. It's just going to be. Probably a good idea. It's just what Marvel does. Like, yeah,
because if you think about the complex storytelling aspect, like with them, they did the sequels. The sequels were not great.
they have their moments, but
they have their moments.
As
but they're,
far as
they're
like
not...
I'm okay with, like, the characters. I liked a lot of the characters. It's just the writing wasn't
to
fully
the way they
there.
did the other ones. Yeah. But then they come out with other things. Like, I mean, obviously Solo wasn't well received either. I know that there's like a big thing. But then they do The Mandalorian, which is probably, I mean, Obi-Wan has now taken my primary spot for my favorite form of, like, my favorite Star Wars, like, media to happen. Pretty much, like, this was so good. But Mandalorian was definitely in that spot before. Because the Mandalorian's so good.
The storytelling they've been doing, the writing they've been doing for the shows is literally hitting everything to a T. And going forward, that's why I'm super excited going forward with everything. Like, that's what, like, the baseline going forward for all the shows and everything is going to be based on these storytellings. And it's like, keep it like that, you'll make everybody happy. At least majority of the Star Wars fandom, at least.
Well, Ben, we have two last things to talk about.
Yes.
The two last scenes of the show. So, for one, he obviously, Obi-Wan, he leaves his cave. Mm-hmm. He moves out. He doesn't need to be right there next to Luke to keep him safe anymore, because Owen did a lot. Owen and Beru.
And they proved themselves that they can protect Luke.
And he also realizes that being caught, he's not going to be caught up on the past anymore. So he's not obsessed with the idea of having to train Luke. Mm-hmm. He's willing to let Luke be a child because, like, sometimes that's what's best for them. It's what was best for Leia, because the path that she has been going down is remarkable. She's we know where she ends up, of course. But we get the meme. They did the meme.
Hello there.
That was great. That was actually great. I was also off my couch again in this moment. That was off my couch.
That was like, so when we first see, it was like in episode 2 when he says hello, and I was like, darn it, where's the there?
We're all upset.
It's like, no! And then the very last, one of the last scenes is like, hello there. And I was like, yes!
They set up all these things to capitalize in this. I mean, we don't even mention, like, the thing that happened before with Darth Vader talking to Sidious.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we see Ewan McDermott. We see Ewan McDermott literally reprise his role as Emperor Palpatine and literally making Vader stop this. So you're being dumb and obsessive. Stop it, man. And like frowning on him basically the entire time. It's like, stop this. And Vader's like, okay, I guess I'll stop.
I serve only you, my master. And then we get the first legitimate Imperial March of the show.
Yes.
Rather than like the way they remixed the music for the other times, the actual legitimate Imperial March, which, you know, I was off my couch for that too. I was like, yes. And then of course we get hello there.
And then the last scene, which this scene I questioned at first. And then I found out it was actually it's actually canonized in how this happened. So we see Obi-Wan go into this valley, and then boom, Liam Neeson.
It's not. Yeah, it's a big, but it's like they like gradually, and
Yeah, they gradually like, who is that? Who is that? And then you finally turn around and it's
like, yeah. Which the way they did the effects for this was like very much like how they did the Force Ghost before, because the Force Ghost didn't just didn't cleanly fade into existence and out. It was like a flickering, like a little bit, and then a little bit brighter, a little bit brighter, a little bit brighter. And they did that with him. But like you're just sitting there on your couch and you're like, oh, this is a really nice What is that? Oh, like you just see him slowly come into existence.
And it's seeing that
freaking Neeson, dude,
it was so cool. And I was like, no freaking, and that's legitimately him. That's him. And like, he actually came back and reprised it.
He looked exactly like Qui-Gon from Phantom Menace. He looked.
And when I saw the scene, I was thinking, how is this possible? Because in season 6 of the Clone Wars, he specifically said he never finished his training to become a Force Ghost. And then I looked it up. In the recent Master and Apprentice book that came out a couple years ago, which is a canon book, it is specifically said in that book that he learned how to become a Force Ghost from, literally, and it's called From a Certain Point of View. This is literally how they say it. To where basically he can present himself as a Force Ghost from his own memories of himself.
Oh, Qui-Gon?
Yeah, Qui-Gon. And that's how he can present himself as a Force Ghost, is from his own personal memories of himself and projecting that through the Force to show himself. That's why he looks the same when he dies and everything. And I think that's how we're kind of like, it kind of goes back to Anakin. When Anakin dies in Return of the Jedi, when we see him become a Force Ghost, he's not the old Vader. He is Anakin Skywalker. And I think it's the same way with how he can present himself as a Force Ghost, is he's using his own memories as Anakin, because when you see him as a Force Ghost, that's the last time we see Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Because after that, we see Darth Vader.
Right.
So I think that's where it comes into. But then, I read an interview, and Liam Neeson, he straight up says, like, I came back for the role, 1, because I didn't want anyone else to play him. 2, to respect George Lucas and the works of Lucasfilm. And 3, because I worked with Ewan for so long ago, 25 years ago, when we worked on A Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's 1, 25 years ago. Holy crap. 2, it's great to see that you want to reprise the role just because you're the character.
And that you respected that. Like, you respected that character so much. Because, I mean, there's a lot of actors that don't want to come back to a certain role. Just because, but, like, when that role is really significant to you, that you, like, respect it so much.
That's what I really appreciate with Star Wars, is all of these people in the films, in the shows that reprise their roles.
I mean,
because they love those roles.
We're seeing people from, 20 years ago. I mean, this is the same Owen and Beru from that long ago.
From Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. And that was that's 18 or 17, 18 years ago.
Nearly 2 decades ago. And these people are all coming back for these roles because of how much they respect it. And it's like, we get Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. They haven't had a lot of roles other than this.
And especially Hayden.
Especially Hayden.
Ewan McGregor still does stuff. I mean, heck, he was in Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Or no, the Christopher Robin movie.
Yeah, but it's like,
which is kind of funny,
not... But you don't see them on the same scale as Liam Neeson.
Right.
Liam Neeson has so many things. I mean, and you see things that you don't even think about the fact that he's your dad in Fallout 3. That's Liam Neeson, dude.
Mm-hmm. He's Aslan in Chronicles of Narnia. He's Zeus in the Titan movies. He's played really big roles.
Which me and my friend all agree that as strong as like I will find you and I will kill you is his strongest line is still release the Kraken.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen the meme, like, of all the roles that Liam Neeson plays, it's like, there's a meme, it's like, they list all his, like, famous big roles, and it's like, why on earth would you try to kidnap his daughter? Like, that's the last thing you want to do. He trained a Jedi Master, he was God, he was Zeus. It's like, why on earth would you take his daughter? That's the terrible idea.
Yeah, I think it's just...
But, yeah, it's amazing seeing all these actors
That
back.
was the most... But that scene right there was, like, the most emotional for me.
Yeah.
Like I teared up for, like, the Obi-Wan Anakin, like, him, Apollo, like, that was really sad. I teared up. But, like, that part, I was, like, actually crying. Like, I had kind of gotten off my couch already from the hello there. Like, I was pacing my living room from the excitement of hearing a hello there. And then I just looked at that screen and I saw the Force Ghost coming up. And I just sat on the floor and I just watched it in complete silence. And I was like, this was
that
so
beautiful. Was the best ending we could have gotten from that show. And we got it. Like, I can't see them ending that show any other way.
Yeah, I was just...
Like, that was the best ending. I mean, the only other best ending I could think of is maybe seeing Yoda. But the whole reason of him being on Tatooine, besides guarding Luke, was to learn from Qui-Gon.
Mm-hmm. And that was so beautiful to see that. And this is... I think that's the reason why I don't want to see a season 2 of this.
Right, like, they ended it perfectly.
It's a beautiful conclusion to his story.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and it's a good start. Like, we get the great ending we get for the season or for the series. Easily flows into A New Hope. Like, you don't need to watch anything else.
And this is, of course, they put in links to things that they could use for a different show that's not Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and we could get something
a show about
or
Camille Nanjiani's character too. That would,
or we could get that one Resistance or Rebel, the guy who is trying to save all the people and get off the planet. I cannot remember his name. He's the one that was like flying the ship and trying to get everybody away.
Oh, if it's not Roken, don't fix it.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah, Roken. I mean, they could do a show literally on him, or like with a Rebel Cell or something like that later down the line. But like, we don't need anything with Obi-Wan anymore. Now, I know both actors have come out and said they would love to do another season, but there's no reason to. Like, it's great to see this. Did they do another?
Would be great.
Like,
would be
live
action Clone Wars.
Yeah, but that's like a giant undertaking.
But like they're both committed to it, dude.
I know, but it's
and like the support that they would get for that. Like, come on, let's be honest.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Stuff, and that's what people wanted. The two things that people wanted were to see Liam Neeson as a Force Ghost, and wanted to see Clone Wars flashbacks with Hayden and Ewan.
Which we got flashbacks, but they weren't in Clone Wars.
Yeah,
like during the Clone Wars.
People want to see them in Clone Wars armor. That's what they wanted.
I would have loved to see that. I mean, if they ever do anything with those two characters again, it would have to be before the events of Obi-Wan.
For sure.
Like, there's no... After the series, like, going forward, they can't be anything. Because it just goes into the original trilogy at this point.
It would just be beautiful to see them working together on something. Like
and knowing the Star Wars fandom and knowing how the love of these characters are, I'm sure we'll get something at some point. But I think we're going to have to wrap this up. We are a long episode, us gushing over Obi-Wan. So thank you everybody who's watching on the live. And then, except for that one bot we had, I don't like bots. But yeah, we'll be back next week with another regular episode. We're going to continue doing our crime syndicates. Words are hard. Toasty, where can people find you?
I mean, I never plugged my personal Twitter, which, I mean, I don't, like, whatever. I might as well. But of course, you can find me on the Robots Radio Discord channel. I am Toasty of Toaster Villopoulos on there. I am the co-host of the Witcher Lorecast that Ben is on quite frequently.
Yes. And if you want more of me, I will be on his show on Monday.
On Monday night, which is my Patron chat episode.
Woo! We do this flip-flop every month.
Which would be like, if you want to join us on the Witcher Lorecast, you have approximately 6 hours to sign up on the Patreon for the show, because this comes out on Monday at around 10 a.m.-ish. So, you got a little bit of time. But yeah, follow us at the Witcher Lorecast on Twitter as well. And then my personal Twitter is at SoThanatoasty. I am Pepe Bread. You'll recognize my profile picture once you see it. And that's about it. There's some other shows and stuff that I'm involved in, but there's a whole lot of stuff. The main one is the Witcher Lorecast. That's the important one.
Yep. And then, that you can find our show through the Robots Radio Network as well, just like Toasty's. And like I said earlier, I will be on his show this Monday on the 27th. So the day after my birthday, which is going to be awesome, which is fun. Another year, woo! But, yeah. So, I will see everybody next week.
June 27th. I'll wait for after the show. Outro this shit.
Alright.
Damn it.
Number 3! Alright, see you, everybody. Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net. You can also follow us on Twitter at SWHoloHistories and contact us at holocronhistories@gmail.com.